Hey, Ron Paulk here. Well, another tool deal. I've been doing a lot of these lately. I'm not shopping for tools. I get these in my email box, and enough people respond back and say, "Oh, I'm glad you showed me that." So these show up. I want to share them quickly. I have to do these videos right away because the deals are limited in time. This one's good for another almost 2 days, 1 day and 19 hours. So it's a Hitachi framer and a Hitachi 18 gauge finish gun. And these are both excellent guns, and the price is phenomenal. These are grade A, so they're refurbished. And again, I've had good luck with Big Sky. Now, as a disclaimer to you, or to you guys out there that can't order from these guys or the shipping's too much, apologize about that. I'm just passing this along. I have to pay shipping from them, and they're on the other side of the states for me, but it still works out to be a pretty good deal. Now, I haven't bought anything from them in a while, but this nail gun, it might be a different model number, but this is the gun that I have, or I have a couple of them, but it's the 2-inch 18 gauge, and it's a great gun. It's got dial-in depth. It's got an easy clear magazine. It feels very good, a nice rubber handle. It's got adjustable air port on the top, so you can turn it away from you, or so it's not blowing in the direction you don't want it. And so anyway, and the dial-in depth is right on the trigger, so it's a nice gun. And then you got sequential fire and single shot switch right there. So again, toolless clearing, and for the price, pretty good. Now the nailer. I'm a big fan of Hitachi nailers, but the only stick framer I have is this one. This one's going back a lot of years. It's my first framing nail gun. I had Senko finish guns before that, but when I got this was my first. Back then I had a business partner, and he had a Senko nailer, and it was huge and heavy. And then a next door neighbor of mine was also a contractor. He'd moved from the East Coast, and he brought this with him and wanted to sell it. And so for the minuscule price at the time of $350, I bought this gun used. Now, it's not green the way the new ones are. It's probably a little heavier. It's got an old steel magazine. It didn't have a dial-in depth. It had the shop-made one, which is just nothing more than a bolt that you turn in and out for depth. On the pro side, I've never even changed a driver or replaced the seals in this gun, and I bought it before I moved to where I live now. I've been in this town for 23 years. I bought it a few years before that. So I bought it, 25 or more years ago, and it was used when I bought it. But anyway, like the gun, I've looked at the new ones in the store, and they're lighter. And what's the nicest thing about them, I think, one, they got the dial-in depth built in. It's much more efficient. And they've got a nice aluminum magazine, and it's easy clear. Don't know about the build quality versus the old ones, but I know a lot of guys that run them, and it's their favorite gun. So at $129 for both of these guns, I just laugh because, again, 25, 30 years ago, I was paying $300, $350 for 18 gauge pinners that back then they didn't have 2-inch. They only went up to 1 5/8, and they didn't have dial-in depth. And, I've still got a few of those guns. They're great guns, but the new ones that I get for, refurb for $30 to $40, with that dial-in depth, that's probably the most important thing for me, because I don't use air. Air is full on. I use a mechanical depth to set it. So anyway, hopefully a couple of you guys out there will find that this is a pretty good deal for you. And if you like these tooltip videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and most important, share them with others. And also, if you want a set of workbench plans, click on the link right here in the video. You guys have a great day, and thanks for taking the time to watch.